It feels good that I'm back in a podcast with talking about food because there's been a lot of politics.
It's been a lot of politics, business,
a lot of business. But we're back to
kind of straight away from the food side, man.
Yeah, but we're back now with my man over here.
But it's crazy because one of the most important things is eating with your friends, like in a table.
So
like,
people want to
know better experience that you can share with your buddies and stuff like that.
And it's fun to watch because it's not so serious and with the world we live in.
So this is a good one.
This is a good one. This is one of the matriarchs of South Florida.
You know, you have some people come by here sometimes that you have heard of them and how great they are, but you don't get to see it or hear about it until you meet them in person and you feel it. And I felt that with him. You know, I've heard a lot of good things about him from a lot of people, you know, and then just hear him, the stories he was telling you earlier. This is going to be a good one.
This is going to be a good one, you know.
He has a lot of fucking skeletons, man.
Yes. We have the founder of Pincho. Otto, what's up? One of my boys.
Welcome, very welcome.
Bro. Thank you, guys.
Good work, man.
Otto's a sharp dude, so we had to ask questions properly here because
please, bro.
He sees him coming.
Listen, I want to start from the beginning. Right? How is a Palestinian in Miami doing Cuban food and outdoing everyone
from Hialeah
and outdoing everyone? So tell us your story. For those people who don't know you, tell us your story
and introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, anyway, hey, what's up, everybody? Otto Othman here. I'm one of the founders of Pincho, currently leading the brand. Man, it's okay. It's I was born and raised in Brazil. I'm Palestinian parents.
Oh wow!
I'm born and raised in Brazil, and
in what part? Like the favelas, Brazil, or like the nice area?
Right next to them.
Okay.
So
good parts.
I'm born. I was born in a town called Foz do Iguaçu. Foz do Iguaçu is Iguaçu Falls. This is the second biggest waterfalls in the world. Oh, wow. I think it's the second most visited city in Brazil. Don't quote me on this. It's a beautiful city. But Brazil sort of the economy was kind of tough, and then my dad, being an entrepreneur, being an immigrant, he's Palestinian. He moved to Brazil when he was 17, 18 years old. He said, "I got to go find my life," and we moved around a lot. So I lived in Brazil up until 4th grade. I lived in the West Bank 5th grade, 6th grade. Back to Brazil 7th grade, 8th grade. Chicago 9th grade. Palestine 10th grade. 11th grade was an American school in Palestine, and then 12th grade HML, Hialeah, Miami Lakes. So,
God damn, bro.
So
from Palestine,
but you know what's
Hialeah.
crazy, man? You ended up in the perfect spot.
Yeah, my dad called me one day. He called us in the Middle East. Said, "Hey, listen, we're gonna move to Miami. I'm gonna go open up a grocery store with a family member." And I'm like, "Oh shit, how's Miami? Like where?" I was like, he goes, "Well, we're gonna move to a place called Hialeah." It's like, oh man, that sounds amazing. I was like, it sounds exotic, sounds like Honolulu.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to go there. And bro, I jumped on the plane and then I came. I was telling Kiko when I got down, I got hit with this humidity. We're desert people, so we're like, the dry weather.
To acclimate, he says, bro. Like
it took me about a week. It took me about a week to be able to breathe in Miami. It was very hard. And I went to HML and I made a lot of friends, and the rest is history, man. We opened a grocery store called Pronto. Some of you guys might know Pronto Cafe.
Yeah, with Alex.
It's been going viral.
Alex. Yeah, the best pan con bistec.
It's the best pan con bistec that I haven't tried either.
Yeah, but I did. Yeah. Alex, shout out to Alex.
Yeah, shout out to Alex, a dear friend of mine.
So that's the original little supermarket that you're doing.
That's the supermarket. I worked there. I'm not kidding, guys. I worked there 7 days a week for, I think, a year or two. And then
You learned Spanish?
I learned Cuban Spanish.
In Pronto.
Very quickly.
Amazing,
Portuguese was
Your native.
My native. We say this with this story all the time. When I first got there, somebody's like, "Oye, people, dame una java." And I'm like, "Una java? What is he talking about, bro?" It was "Oye, dame una java." And I'm like, "Bro, una bolsa?" It's like, yeah, that's, so I had to learn the lingo. Today, I speak full-on Cuban, bro. It's crazy.
So take me back to those days, because my brother-in-law, his family has grocery stores in New York.
Yeah.
And they live on above the grocery store,
yeah.
So I've been on vacation there, and I see the day-to-day of people coming in, they're coming out, they're going upstairs, they're coming down. And it's like, that's man, cool this shit, is a lot of fun, Like you own the place downstairs. Give me like a day-to-day. Take me back to your childhood, your pops. Like, how are you managing that? And where are you seeing like, okay, this can lead to something?
Yeah. So when we first opened, believe it or not, it was so slow that my dad looked at me and he goes, "Baba, we need you to produce income." So I went and I worked at another grocery store for 6 months in Hialeah Gardens, and it was incredible. It was amazing, and I quickly learned the grocery store game with that gentleman. His name was Mustafa. May he rest in peace. Actually, he passed. Dear, incredible human. And then when my dad's grocery store started building up, I moved and I started working with my dad. It was me, my dad, and my mom working full time there, bro. I'm talking about I had no weekends off for 5 years.
Wow.
I worked 7 days a week. Then my mom felt bad and she started giving me Tuesdays off. So I used to take Tuesdays off. I went to high school and I went to college full time while I worked at the grocery store. And we built it, man. We're immigrants. I was telling Kiko, immigrants that come to this country wanting to work, I salute them.
Yeah.
If you're an immigrant, you want to be here. This is a great country. But we came here to work, man. We came here to build a life. You leave a whole world. Like what people don't understand, being an immigrant, you leave a whole world behind. Your friends, your family. You leave everything for the betterment of your kids and your future. So it's big leaps that immigrants take. So my dad just passed away 2 months ago. So I love my dad to death. It's a tough loss for the family, but he's a great man.
Oh, he was old already, or
no, bro, he was 75. Unfortunately, he got sick. But he was a really smart man. He taught us English early on because he knew one day we're gonna end up in America. My grandma's an American citizen, and he said, "Let's go." He was a gambler when he came to entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is a tough game.
It is, and you have to be risky.
Taking that leap,
Hell yeah, man.
What
to Hialeah, Florida, dude?
What's
crazy?
Like, I know he passed now and everything, but what was like? Obviously he was proud of you, but what did he tell you about what you were able to amass, and what you've done so far?
It's funny. So my mom is the one who runs the show today. So my mom's been the president of our group, of the Othman group, for over 10 years now. My dad sort of had retired like 7-8 years ago. So her and Alex run Pronto together. Okay. So Alex ran out Pronto Cafe and Pronto Market together with my mom. But my dad, I remember when they told him about Pincho, he goes, what? He goes, I brought you to this country so you can go to school and get a corporate job. And I'll tell you a bit about my background. And he goes, you want to go open a restaurant? And I remember my dad. And then I told him, I'm like, Baba, I love you, bro. I believe I can really do this. You taught me entrepreneurship. Like, I can't just work for somebody else. And he goes, all right, fuck it. He goes, if that's what you want to do, I'll back you. I'll support you. And we went and we built Pincho. Everywhere my dad would go, the fact that we were able to build a Latin-inspired brand, being Palestinians in Miami and be part of the community
successful
to the extent that we are, a lot of it comes back to values that my dad and my mom taught us when we were kids.
And making that leap that we talked about, which is huge.
Hell yeah. Oh, my God.
Well, it goes to show you how important it is to have family close to you.
100%, bro. 100%. Somebody to... on the early days of Pincho, if it wasn't for the fact that my dad and my mom were here, it's incredible.
He's similar to our guy from Shah's Kebab. It's another family business too.
I'm a big fan of their food.
He's Iraqi. He's Iraqi. Right?
He's Persian, right? They're Persian. Yeah.
But
amazing.
He goes for the Persians in 300.
Yeah.
He goes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's Xerxes' side.
Yeah.
I told him that shit. It's funny.
I'm a big fan of Shah's.
Yeah, he has the same story as you. His parents were.
No way.
Same exact story.
Awesome.
Listening to you, it reminds me of him.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So you're in Hialeah.
Yeah.
What age?
I was 15, 16 years old. I went to HML.
You're
I'm working the
Cuban.
working the
People don't know you're even Palestinian. Everybody thinks you're Latin.
Yeah, a lot of people think I'm Cuban or Puerto Rican. Yeah, for sure. And man, I was there, and then just working, doing my day to day. I got into. I was a software developer. I was a big nerd, computer nerd. I got kicked out of school for 9 days, suspended in Chicago because I hacked into the school system.
No way.
So I was that kid.
Bro.
Yeah, that was. I was just
super nerd.
I was super nerd. I'll buy computer hacking books. I would spend all my money on books and read and do that. And that was my life. And then I was in college. I went for computer information system, and then I got a job at. I got an internship at a place called Tams. Michael Tamzo gave me an internship, and then I worked my way up to be a partner there.
Oh, amazing.
And then I used to do a lot of work for Nightlife. So at that time, I had already sort of tried to leave the grocery store. And then my dad and my mom and some employees, they would run the grocery store, and I started...
The clubs were calling.
Yeah, and then I met Dave Grutman early on, and we worked together because he used to own Miami Marketing Group. We would do all the work for Dave, like mention...
But like what type of work would you be doing? Like software work or...
No, so he used to run the marketing for Opium Group.
Yeah.
And so we would do
Roman Jones.
Yeah, Roman Jones and the Milan brothers. We would do all the work, all the design work for them. That's what we would do.
Marketing work. It's
Marketing
not software.
work.
Yeah.
No, not software. Marketing work. Like we would build their websites. We would do all of their invitations. We would do all their collateral, all their design.
So you basically had a marketing company.
Yeah.
But you were doing that via TAMS?
Via TAMS. I was a partner at TAMS.
Got you.
I got a TAMS. So I was doing that, and I learned the trade. I got to meet a lot of. That's how I made most of my friends, because I started going out. Like I was new to the town.
Yeah.
I only went to high school 1 year. Like that's where you make a lot of your friends. I started going out to these clubs and partying, and because I was doing all of their work, I would walk right in. You know, I'll pull up a mansion. Everybody knew who I was. I'll walk right in with 10, 15 people.
We were there.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember how hard it was to deal with those bouncers back in the day.
Sure.
I just slide a little 20 on there. That's it, bro. Slide some money, that's it.
Yeah, it was brutal. And man, and that was life, man, you know, and the grocery store kept building up. I kept helping and supporting my dad and my mom from a strategy standpoint.
Yeah.
We rebranded from Los Latinos Market to Pronto, primarily because of my background, and that's sort of where Pronto took off, when we rebranded the business.
So you never meant to get into marketing. You just happily
just I learned design via TAMS. I would sit behind them because I was a software guy.
Yeah.
And I'll sit behind Michael Tams, and he'll teach me everything about Photoshop and everything. And I got obsessed with that.
So you're a designer yourself.
So I'm a designer myself.
Amazing.
So yeah, I'm a designer now. That's my forte today, more than software, because I haven't
That
coded.
explains a lot of your brand.
Yeah.
Now,
About
because
Pincho,
your brand is very carefully curated.
Yeah.
You can see it. You can tell.
Lightning bolt now that's on the P.
Yeah, and you've had a handful of like iterations of it too since it first started.
Yeah. We started as Pincho Factory, and then we rebranded to Pincho.
Yeah.
And
when was that? When was that Pincho? And Westchester was the first store. Right?
Yeah, man.
When did you decide I'm going to make pinchos and burgers?
Yeah, so my mom cooked pinchos one day at my house. We used to live at Miami Lakes. That's when we graduated from Hialeah.
Yeah,
we
came up.
We went to Hialeah. We came up. We're living in the lakes. And then my friends were like, holy shit, this thing is amazing. And I was like, for real? He's like, yeah. I was like, wow, bro, this recipe is incredible. And my friends, 98% of my friends are Cuban, Latinos. And I was like, man, you've never had these flavors? Like, it's like a Brazilian, seasoning. It's like, no, but my mom makes it like Middle Eastern. We use olive oil, like, which typically Brazilians won't use. They would just do salt on it. Like, if you ever go to Texas, Brazil, or Fogo, it's just salt on the meat and they just grill it. And I was like, oh, man. And then 3 weeks later, my friends called my house and they were like, hey, is it cool if we go to Publix and buy like 3 pounds of steak? Can you bring it to your house? Can your mom like chop it up and season it? And I'm like, and grill it? And they're like, no. We want to, it was like a tailgate for like a Dolphins game or something. We want to grill it at the tailgate. I'm like, what? I call my mom and she goes, sure, like I'll do it. And then it became a thing. And it became like, okay, Otto's mom's recipe is incredible. And then it was always a thing. So I told my mom, this was when I was 17, 18 years old. I said, one day I'm going to open a restaurant selling your pincho recipe, right? And in Brazil, we call them espetinhos. We don't call them pinchos. And life happened and everything that I told you guys happened. And then I was working. I had quit TAMS. I became a creative director at Sapien Nitro. Actually, I got hired as a manager of Interactive. I used to manage the entire Interactive department for Sprint and Nextel. All of the advertising online, the banners, the websites, that was my life. And then I started working with Fiat and Chrysler. We did Coca-Cola. We did incredible brands. That was my life. I was very happy, getting paid very good money. I loved Sapient. But I was with Nadal, my co-founder at Pincho, at a barbecue, 4th of July, hanging out, having some drinks. He was unhappy with his day-to-day with his dad. And then I said, bro, let's open a restaurant. Let's sell my mom's Pincho restaurant. 7 shots of tequila in, you're like liquid courage.
Yeah, that's the best.
You're like, fuck it.
That's what the best ideas come.
Yeah, and I'm
this
like,
guy has that.
Yeah, and
let's do this.
And I was like, let's do this.
But you know what?
I'll
tell you this. A lot of people, my wife included, say, do not tell your ideas to people.
Yeah, because people will steal them. Or there's bad juju.
I have a different approach.
Yeah.
No, if you have a confidant or somebody you trust.
Yeah, of course.
Like me and him will call each other. He'll call me wasted. Yo, I have an idea, bro. I'm like, bro. And I'm not the same. I'm at another place. Bro, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, it's amazing. Let's do it. And it's confidence. Not everybody, but not everybody.
Hey,
no, that's 100%.
Yeah.
But my other take on it is when you put it out there in the world and you tell people around you, now you gotta fucking do it.
Yeah.
And now you're like an asshole. So it's like,
you
it puts the pressure on you to do it because you don't want to go back and be like, bro, what that idea you talked about? It never happened.
And I think you have to just share it with people that are not going to hate on you and they're not going to put you down because a lot of people they'll project their own insecurity about the business, and then they'll make you not feel like you can do it. So I think that's what you gotta.
You gotta have that, and you gotta be ballsy. Man.
Yeah, hell
you gotta just like, hey, listen, I don't care. There's a chance of failing. There's a chance of failing in anything.
Yeah,
So, but I want to do it anyways. You know,
absolutely.
So talking about ballsy.
Wait, but sorry, finish. So then you're at that party, 8 tequilas deep.
Yeah, and we're like
opening pincho.
Ballsy.
And then he goes, so well, what do we do? I'm like, man, we should do like a Latin street food concept. Like Five Guys was blowing up at the time. This is 15 years ago. And I'm like, we'll sell my mom's pincho. We'll sell the foods that you find in the streets of South America. Wow. So we did pinchos, burgers, and hot dogs. And we'll do like this Latin, South American street food concept.
Kind of food.
And bro, 2 days later, he goes, hey, were you serious? I'm like, yeah. I mean, we were drinking and hanging out, but yeah. And I'm like, why? What's up? He goes, I'm already looking for real estate. I really want to do this thing. So we went for it. So we forced his little brother, Nizar, in. And then Nidal was married to Crystal at the time. And then she became part of the team as well. And then basically we went and we couldn't afford any spots in Hialeah. So imagine. We're like, we want to open a spot. We had 77 grand. That was our money. We're like, we got to go find a place that's already a restaurant. A lot of our friends lived in Kendall. Like a big chunk of our friends lived in Kendall. Some of them in the Gables. And then we found a spot on Bird Road. Bird and 98th, where the first Pincho factory was open. It wasn't popping like it is today. Back then, it was like older community. The young crew.
Right. Old Westchester.
Flanagan's wasn't across the street from us.
Wow.
It was
Guayacán.
Yeah, and it was
Guayacán was the Nica joint.
Yeah, and then ¿cómo se dice? There was a Rio Cristal.
Yeah, Rio still there.
Rio Cristal was
down like 6 times.
Yeah, that was the only thing that was next to us, and we rented that spot. We built it with our own hands. 4 months in,
I was there when it opened, bro.
Yeah,
I was there.
You were at the grand opening?
I was there when it opened.
Crazy.
I've been there since the beginning. I've known him from the beginning.
Crazy.
But it was over there, and that burger exploded.
Yeah, bro.
It was the original. Like I didn't want to say smash burger, but the original, like different quality burger. That's not fast food bullshit. Yeah. Fast food, but that you can eat, smell smoky as shit because it was so small.
Yeah,
and it was fast food done right.
Yeah, it was the rule is simple, right? It was let's serve only food that we would serve our children, like that we would eat at home. Exactly. We're not gonna cut corners. We're gonna do things the hard way.
But Palestinian, from the food that I've eaten, recipes are usually very clean.
Yeah, it's Mediterranean food, right?
There's not a lot of things that are fried.
Nothing, bro. And then
would you eat that? And you feel good
100%.
So when you eat shaws, you feel great after.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why when you go eat pincho, you'll notice that you don't feel like shit after because it's really high quality food. So we opened it with a very simple menu, and it was the pinchos. It was one burger and one hot dog, and it was like 8 items on the menu. And then 1 year in, first of all, I have to say this story. Nidal calls me and he goes, 3 months in after we got the spot, we haven't opened yet. He goes, hey, bro, we got to open this Saturday. I'm like, dude, we're not going to open Saturday. It's like, we don't have employees. We want to have everybody. This was like November 2nd. He calls me. He goes, we don't have anybody. He goes, we got to open Saturday. And I'm like, why? He goes, bro, there's $6.27 left in the bank account. And I'm like, oh, shit. He goes, we got to open Saturday. That's why our beer is called the 627.
I know the story,
627, the 627 ale is because of that moment. And then I told him, look, here's my credit card as an American Express card. So it's a charge card. Like, you have to pay this thing
you
in
can
30
use whatever
days.
you want, but you got to pay it again.
And I'm like, my birthday's on Thursday. He called me November 2nd. My birthday's November 4th. And I told him, find yourself some employees. I'll invite all my friends. We'll throw my birthday party at the restaurant. We'll invite people to come and hang out, but we would use that as our training. So we will train our employees at my birthday party and then use that as like feedback. I told everybody walking in, hey guys, it's my birthday party, but we're training the team. So let me know what you think. Please, patience. And we did that. So we were able to train everybody during that day, and we opened Saturday.
That's smart.
Yeah, bro. So we had 400 people show up to our grand opening because of, we'd said the first 50.
It's like a club now.
Yeah. All my friends from the nightlife scene, everybody from Miami Beach, everybody came to show some love. So we did a phenomenal grand opening. But then Monday, everybody went back. And then Monday we did like $100 in sales. It was like, oh shit, what did we get ourselves into? And it was a slow build, but Adrian Sanchez joined us after 1 year. That's why Pincho, to answer your question, that's why Pincho got the Latin inspired more and more. Adrian's Cuban. He's from Miami. Been here for his whole life. Incredible human being. And that's when we started winning awards, when Adrian joined the team. Adrian had culinary chops. We didn't. Yeah. We knew retail. We knew customer service. Yeah. We're Middle Eastern. We worked with our parents since we were 12. But that's really, that's what really made
all-time burger-winning champions.
So Adrian comes in, and then what? He revamps your menu or something? Or
Adrian comes in. We start tweaking our menu. We started doubling down on the burgers. We started winning competitions. So our burger initially was very Middle Eastern flavors. Like we would get the Middle Eastern seasoning, sort of like a kafta. You know how in Shah's, there's the, I don't know what they call it, the ground beef.
Yeah, the beef kafta.
The beef kafta, right?
Yeah.
So kubida, there you go. And so that's how Pincho was. So our burger patty was very seasoned. And then Adrian moved us away from that. He goes, no, guys, we're not going to season the patty. We're going to get the patties. We're going to put them on the grill. We're going to put seasoning on top of it. And then the crust, and we started building the brand that way. And then out of necessity, we started doing this thing called Try Me Tuesdays. Try Me Tuesdays was, so we couldn't drive people there, man. It was the end of the world compared to where everybody was. Yeah. And we said, let's every Tuesday come up with something really creative. And that's an idea that Nadal and Adrian had, right? And they said, we're going to start doing crazy creative burgers every Tuesday. And that's where the Tostón burger was born. That's how the Fritanga burger with the fried cheese was born. Now. All the burgers that became like Miami icons were born out of necessity. And we started getting press and we started getting people. Now, it's like, oh shit, there's a little burger joint, a kebab joint, or a pincho factory, right? In Westchester, that one of the best burgers in Miami. You should check it out. And then we blew up year 3. Year 3 is when
you said, hey, there's something here.
Yeah, we quadrupled in sales.
Wow.
First year we did like $200,000 in sales. Like anybody in their right mind would have shut down. That's nothing, guys. In our business, it's nothing.
You could do that in a month.
And then the second year was like 350. We almost shut down the second year.
Really?
Nadal came to my apartment. I had just gotten married to my wife. I was living in Brickell. I was working at Sapin. And he goes, I'm done. I'm closing down.
Who told you?
Nadal.
My friend.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. I'm like, we're not going to do that. I got you. I'm like, listen, I know it's hard. I'm like, pay yourself whatever you need to pay yourself so you're comfortable at home so you're not fighting that battle. I'll keep pumping money into the business. I wrote him a check right then and then. And I'm like, let's just go. And we doubled down. And then the third year was a break. Third year, we did almost $1 million. We went from 300 to $1 million. And then Bird Road kept growing. And then I quit my career. We said, like, let's open up Coral Gables because we knew we had a real estate problem. We knew we had a real estate problem. We opened Coral Gables, and then that
was your second one?
Yeah. And that one opened up massive. It opened up really
great
strong.
Customer service.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing, man. Yeah. We've had our ups and downs with operations, but now we're doing phenomenal. Yeah.
When did Hialeah open? Because I remember doing a segment for my show on Telemundo at the Hialeah one a decade ago. So that was old too, right?
2016, I think it was. 2016,
How did that go when you guys opened there?
Massive. That was our biggest opening. Hialeah and Kendall were our biggest opening. Record sales. Really? Yeah. Hialeah and Kendall are our strongest locations right now.
Really?
Hialeah,
the Kendall's right there on 88. I've been to that one too.
Hialeah has a great community. No matter what people say, Hialeah is amazing, dude. Hialeah is not understood by national chains. They didn't know how to operate there. But once they open, if you like Olive Garden down the street, bro, there's the line. There's like a 2-hour wait.
The Chick-fil-A.
It's 2-hour wait is insane. But like once you open there and you know how to, you know the culture and you're part of the city, you make great money. Yeah, Hialeah is an incredible city.
What's one of the burgers or ideas that didn't hit? That were like, it didn't work.
Oh man, we did
a lot of And the second part to the question is, how do you feel also about people copying all your recipes?
Oh my God!
Go to the first one and then the second one.
Let's back up. So we started growing the brand, and then we started franchising. We opened a few franchise stores, and then quickly I realized the franchising was not the right move for us.
But you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Everyone that franchises, my buddies at Dr. Limon, everybody, they always regret it.
Bro, because there's this, I don't know if I can say this, but there's this paja mental that everybody is like,
you're going to become McDonald's.
And you're like, oh, you want to be McDonald's. And then when you open, you realize that you have to deal with all these people. and the different
sure.
personalities of owners, that it's hard, man, because I can't walk into any Pincho location and be like, hey, man, you got to change this. No, you got to go to the owner. Yeah. The owner has to talk to his team and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So I decided that was not for us. So 4 years ago, I bought all the restaurants back.
Yeah.
So 4 years ago, now every Pincho location is owned by us. We operate everything. No one, and we've been rebuilding, and now we operate everything 10 times better than before because I control everything.
Consistency.
Yeah. But going back to your question, along the way, when we started growing, we needed to now do, instead of weekly specials, we moved to monthly because it was really hard to do weekly specials.
Yeah.
And the ones that didn't hit, I think we did one that was called the Parm Burger. I don't know why we did. It's not even Latin inspired. Yeah. It was like a fried mozzarella with marinara sauce. Oh, tremenda mierda. That was like,
sounds really filling.
What were we thinking? That should have basically been a chicken sandwich versus like a burger. So that was it. And then we did a Mediterranean burger, and that was really on me. I thought it was going to be amazing, but people didn't care. I had all this freshness, this pickled onions, and no sé qué. La gente is like, no, bro, give me that fried cheese, bro. I don't give a shit about this.
Not for
you. I want the fat boy stuff. I don't want this healthy looking burger. So those two, I think, were probably the two that stand out the most.
Yeah. And you guys always started the trends with the maduros. The first. You guys with fried cheese were the first.
Bro, listen.
How many people have copied, and which one has?
A lot of people copied.
Which one has said? You don't have to call them out, but which one really pissed you off?
Man, don't put me on the spot.
No, that's a good question.
There's
I say that's the biggest form of flattery.
Yeah, but, don't know them personally. Pinecrest Bakery, they have a pastelito burger. I know for a fact that they went around us and say, hey, we want to copy Pincho. They've even said it bluntly to other people. So they tried to launch a burgers and bowls in one of the Pinecrest Bakery. You know what? More power to them. I'm actually a fan of the bakery. Yeah. I get my coffees there. I don't hate on them. But that's one for sure that I remember. To me,
but what do you feel? You're
to me, the worst is when you copy and then you call it exactly what we call it. I'm like, my dude, you already fucking copied. Just
change it up.
Change the name. Dude. Have some creativity. Somebody launches a Tostón Burger and they call it Tostón Burger.
Yeah.
So
that was copied so much, Primo.
It was.
My brother, listen.
That's the one I was talking about. I wanted you to say it, but
it was
who's copied that?
Bro,
I know everybody, but give me a couple.
Give me a couple. I'm not saying it.
No, give me 3 people that have it. I don't know.
Listen,
who else has it?
I'm not. I already sent them cease and desist letters.
You see?
Oh, is that serious?
That's what I'm saying. The Maduro. I don't mean to interrupt.
But listen,
the Maduro one.
I had a
the Tostón one.
Yeah. The fritanga, fried cheese is in every burger now. These are things that we started.
But wait. Can you really send a cease and desist for something that's creative like that?
So I don't care that you have a Tostón burger. More power to everybody. Look, everybody has to eat, bro. If you want to create a concept,
I agree.
But we own the trademark on Tostón Burger. We actually we registered the trademark, so we actually own it. Call it a Patacón Burger. Call it a Hawaiian plantain, platanito. Just don't call it a Tostón Burger.
Got you.
Don't call a burger a Pincho Burger. Don't call it a Fritanga Burger. Don't call it a Pastelito Burger, dude. Figure out how to call it something else.
Yeah.
More power to everybody, man. I'm a big. If you know me. I have multiple friends that own burger joints in Miami. I help them all the time.
I see you.
I even share stuff that we've done. I'm like, here, let me show you how to do this. Because I have this soft spot for entrepreneurs that are growing. Because I know how
it goes. Yeah, you know what it goes through.
It fucking sucks, dude. Every day you're just getting punched in the face. So I like to help other people, but just don't copy the name, bro. Just be creative. Yeah. Come up with something else.
Tell me about this new one you got now with the frita inside. Bro, I saw it 2 days ago or something. That shit was crazy with Adrian.
Which one?
That it's got a frita, and you guys are collabing with somebody, and it's like a pastry and it has the frita inside. He doesn't even know.
Which one?
I don't know. I doubt you're confused, but I doubt you're confused.
Bro, I'm telling you right now. What do you mean?
Unless it's somebody else.
Continue to talk about that.
Listen, I want your thoughts on the smash burger craze.
Yeah.
Okay. You have people like Skinny Louie's that just blew up out of nowhere. They're franchising all over the place.
Shout out to Gonzalo.
Right. Yeah. And then everyone now has smash burgers.
Right.
Just wanted to get your personal feedback on that.
So,
I don't mean to interrupt. Right here. Look at this star. Look at Adrian.
Oh yeah. So that's not here in Miami.
Yeah, look at that.
That's a kolache. It's in Houston.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's a collab with a Houston brand. It's basically is a Czechoslovakian empanada. So we collaborated with them, and we gave them the Cuban frita. But that's there. That's not in Miami. Okay. That's in Houston at their shop, not our shop. No, you confused me there for a minute. Yeah. All right, going back.
Smash burger craze.
So listen, man. I'm a big believer that the world doesn't need another burger joint. That's period. Forget about a smash burger or not, right? I've always said that. That's why we try to be different.
Yeah.
The smash burger it's getting a little bit played out because everyone's popping up in every corner. Gonzalo, Skinny Louie, really great guy. I met him. Skinny Louie did a good job in terms of their branding, more power.
He'll be at our toy drive too.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, they're good humans. We've known them from before. He's grown very fast, which is incredible, good for them. But the problem here's my take on it. The problem with smash burgers, anyone can do smash burgers. It's not that hard to do a smash burger because you're essentially getting a patty. You get a nice cut. You're smashing it. You're putting salt and pepper on it, a Martin potato roll, and your sauce. If you know how to do that, generally speaking, you can do a good smash burger. The hard part is operating the business. It's making sure it's consistent, making sure it has a good vibe, making sure it has everything put together. So you're gonna see a lot of smash burger joints that are gonna open, but they're gonna end up closing because just because you can build a good smash burger in your backyard doesn't mean you can be a good entrepreneur and you can build a business and you know how to treat people the right way. Like, that's the thing. So Skinny Louie is successful because they know how to do that. They've been in the restaurant game for a minute.
Yeah, from the sushi.
Yeah, from Crazy Pokey, right?
Yeah.
So they know that. So they're successful in doing so. So I just worry about a lot of people just thinking it's easy and then opening a bunch of spots and then shutting down.
Bro, that literally sounds like us.
Yeah.
We were going to do our own little thing, like a little pop-up, and we thought about it and everything, doing smash burgers and stuff. And then we're like,
oh, it wasn't a burger. It was
Toronto
because he opened up a franchise.
Well, we're gonna do smashed chicken.
Smashed chicken. Yeah.
But this guy JP has that already. Between 2 months, he has smashed chicken.
I don't know how you're gonna smash chicken, but we were like ground chicken.
We had testing and everything, bro. He tested and everything, and it was
chicken
good.
Thigh and smash. What do you think, bro?
I don't know, bro. I plead the fifth on that one.
But then you're
the less competition for me, the better, bro. So I don't think you should do it, bro. I think your idea sucks.
I said if he wants, if you could operate it and be there, bro, then sure. If not, forget about it.
And the pincho burger is not a smash burger. It's a kind of thin burger, but it's not a smash burger.
So no, it's not a smash burger. We made a mistake. We made it thinner and dropped the price, and people didn't give a shit. So we went back to the thicker patties. Because we need to cook them faster. That's the only thing about when you do regular burgers. People expect to get their food in 10 minutes. But, dude, I'm cooking a nice, thick, juicy burger, and I have 50 orders on the screen. It's very hard. That's the good thing about smash burgers. You cook them very fast. But we did launch a smash burger on our menu, and we did it with George, Mr. East 305. And, man, it's one of our best sellers, right? Because people, it's the trend. I don't know if it's gonna stay on forever, but then I look at Shake Shack. Shake Shack has been smashing burgers for 15 years. What they just never call them smash burgers, but they are smash burgers. So I think there's definitely a fad component to it, but the best people are the ones who are going to be differentiated, but also going to be consistent. Consistency is
key. Talking about consistency, what's your favorite burger? Five Guys or Shake Shack?
Oh fuck.
They're different types.
I love them both equally for different reasons. To me, a Five Guys burger is more like a backyard homey vibe. Like, I like to go to Five Guys, pero me cae
heavy,
hard. Yeah, and both of them do. And I'm a big fan of Shake Shacks as well.
Because it's more beef, you get more bang.
Yeah, I like them both, man. I really do. Those are the two burgers that we always, while Pincho was growing, those are the two brands that were growing at the same time. So I take my kids to Shake Shack. I'm never taking them to Five Guys. I don't know why.
Are you the Danny Meyer of Latin burgers?
I would love to be that. I'm a big fan of his. I think he's an incredible restaurateur, and he knows what the hell he's doing.
So, question: you've been and you've won every competition,
the most
possible,
winning all time.
The most winning all time.
I've been to all of them.
Said it here, okay?
Yep.
Out of all of them, the Miami-Dade's Best of Miami, Burgerlicious, whatever. Which one would you say had the stiffest competition and that you hold like? That's my favorite one. That's the one that I
mean, hands down. I mean, look, there's incredible competitions.
Yeah.
But the Oscars of the burger world is Burger Bash.
Burger Bash.
Is the South Beach Wine and Food Network, Heineken, Burger Bash. You know, you have to say the whole thing. We were the first Miami brand, local Miami brand, to ever win it in 2015 because it was always celebrity chefs. It was Michael Simon, Bobby Flay. Michael Simon, Bobby Flay. And then in 2015, we won that.
Wow.
We broke the cycle. That, guys, put Pincho on the map. Like, next day, the lines were out the door. Our website almost crashed. It was a big deal back then to win Burger Bash. Today, I would like to believe it's still a very big deal. But
what year was this?
2015. Yeah, we had 2 locations.
It was an unbelievable win, though.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I wasn't shocked because we've been friends.
Yeah.
But that just like cemented.
And how do they judge that?
They have
it's coins.
7.
It's chips.
It's chips. You want judges and you
No,
want people's.
no. We've never won judges.
Really?
We've won
People's choice, which is more important.
Which is the more important because they give everybody a chip, and you have to vote, and you have these boxes, and the best wins, and we have to get the votes and talk to people, get them to and it's very hard to get people to vote for you because what ends up happening is like, hey man, if you love it, vote for us. Everybody tells you, let me taste everything, and then I'll come back.
That's what I say.
And that's what ends up happening.
Should be.
But a lot of times, by the time they get to the 10th place, they're already full and they're already drunk. So they don't want to make their way back. So it's a very hard competition to win. It's not easy to win Burger Bash because it's massive. And you have some of the best brands out there. Right?
Yeah.
You got
and purveyors too.
Local brands. You have celebrity chefs. So anyway, long story short, that was put us on the map. I'm talking about, guys, we got so many franchise requests from around the country because of Burger Bash, because Food Network talked about it. It put us on the map, and it was a real big win.
Listen, so I was going to ask you, do you have any, going back to the franchising, because I think that's important, do you have any horror stories of franchise situations that you're like, you know what, like what broke the lid? Like what was like, you know what, we're done with this. I'm not gonna deal with this.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know if I can share it because we've
you parted ways.
We've parted ways and we've signed agreements. But let me think. All right, let me.
Someone going into franchising, what would you advise them to be careful about? If you're going into franchising,
the thing about franchising, like if you're small, don't franchise. If you have a business that's making good money, you want to grow it. Try to raise money via friends and family. Try growing and try operating it yourself because you can protect the brand a lot more. I think there's a right time for you to franchise, and I believe that's above 10 stores. As you get to like 15 units, like right on our size right now, would actually be the ideal time to franchise, although we're not franchising. But man, that's the time because when you're early, bro, the personalities that you get, la gente que entra ahí, the primer día, they're like, here's what we should do. Here's what we should change. And like, my dude, you just walked in. Like, you bought
a perfect scenario.
To a perfect, what do you mean? It's like, oh, we should do karaoke on Tuesdays. I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
You're a marketing guy, bro.
Yeah,
so you
dude,
know.
So it kills you.
Another one will be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then the quality goes down, not because we changed the quality of the food. The quality goes down because of inconsistency. And inconsistency, look, we've had our shares with Pincho, 2016, 17, 18. Yeah. When we started growing, it got super inconsistent.
Some stuff,
and then you go to Pincho one day, and then the burger was good, and another day it wasn't. It's not because we chose to do that. It's because you have franchise partners that are not operating the stores to the level that they should. So I franchised to 4 people, 5 people. 2 of them
were these like random people that reached out?
Yeah, no, 2 of them were great friends of mine, and the other 3 people that we didn't know. The 2 that were great friends of mine were the best franchisees because they gave a shit.
Yeah.
They're like, oh no, that's Otto and Nadal and Nazar's brand. We care about them. They protected it and they did a good job. And the other ones, it's not that they didn't care because they put money in the business, but they won't care as much because they don't have a friendship on the line. So that's my thing. When you go, it's more about personality than anything else. Like you have to ask people questions of that you really want to make sure you're going to be business partners with that person for 20 years. So you don't say how much money you have in the bank. You say, ask questions. Like, here's one thing that we started doing at the end. We're like, hey, listen, do me a favor. Read the contract. And by Monday, by 10 a.m. next Monday, send me 5 questions about it. And you just send that out. And then if by Monday 10 they haven't, then you already know that person's not punctual. The person's not going to be a good business partner. And if they send you 3 questions, then they don't know how to take directions. You ask for 5. Like, there's all these things that you should do from a personality test before partnering up with somebody to become your partner.
We have that issue.
Yeah,
all the time, bro.
and that's why I decided not to do anymore, and I bought all the restaurants back. So 4 years ago, a lot of people don't know this, but 4 years ago, I partnered up with a group out of Salt Lake City, Savory Fun, incredible human beings, and I told them, here's what I want to do. I want to buy everybody out. All the franchisees, all the joint venture partners, I want all of them gone. Some of them are amazing humans. Some of them, none of them were bad people. It's just that if you want to control the experience, you need to own everything. And I bought all the restaurants back, and we've rebuilt, and we fixed whatever needed to be fixed. Some of the franchise stores that weren't operated the right way, I had to let go. I had to let go of the entire team and rebuild. I had stores I walked in, bro. I fired 15 people, and there's 17 people, and then rehire people and retrain them. And now I can tell you that we are operating at 100% compared to where we were.
Did you get any pushback from the franchisees? Like, no, I don't want to sell.
Nobody knew that I was doing that.
Got you.
I negotiated it, and I said, well, actually, no, that's not true. I went back to them and I said, look, guys, we're mid-COVID. I have a chance to buy you guys out and make you guys whole and make you some money. And I had some people didn't want to sell because they were making good money. But I told them, look, this is going to be what's best for the brand and what's best for you. And thankfully, everybody was very understanding. That's good. And I was able to lock everybody. Yeah, I had to get 27 signatures from joint venture partners with everybody. And now it's just us, me, Adrian, some of my early on investors, and my partners in Salt Lake City, and we own everything.
But you're not looking for any more investors.
No.
You don't need to.
No. My investors are amazing humans. And so, they let us run the brand however we feel is best for
Sorry, so to just finish to close out the question. So then you expanded from Florida to Texas.
Yeah.
Houston.
You're in Texas. You're in Houston now, right? Yeah. What are the plans for the future?
So look, we want to. I sat down with my team and I said, okay, why do we do this? Like, why do we what gets you excited about Pincho every day? And that was like an exercise that I did about our mission, our values, our mission, and so on. And everybody, like, common denominator was, we want to rep Miami. Like, we are very proud of being this land-inspired brand. We want everybody to know that Miami has amazing food. So our mission is to build an iconic Latin-inspired brand and show the rest of the world what Latin cuisine can be. It's not just tacos, bro. Like, there's a lot of incredible food. So that's one of our missions. So
it's not just tacos.
Yeah, because if people think Latin, they automatically think you're Mexican. Right. It's like, no, man. Like, have you ever had Peruvian food? She's amazing. Right? It's like, it's the best flavors in the world. So we're trying to incorporate that now with our bowls and our sauces and if you look at like the Pincho burgers, like Colombian, Venezuelan, the Tostón burger is like its own creation. Fritanga is Nicaraguan. So we try to pull like flavors from Latin America. And man, I want to start growing this brand the right way, making sure that we make Miami proud. But more importantly, because of my immigrant story, it sounds cheesy, but I love building jobs for other people, bro. Yeah. I love getting a kid that's like a dishwasher and he becomes a general manager. Like in our game, in the restaurant game, I don't give a shit if you went to college or not. Yeah. Like, show up every day, hustle every day, be respectful, have integrity, treat people with respect, and you will grow. You can become a VP of ops making $200,000 a year. And that's one of the beauties of the restaurant industry that a lot of people don't talk about. So me and Adrian are super passionate about that. So we want to build opportunity. That's part of our mission, right? It's to build an iconic Latin-inspired brand while building opportunities for our team.
That's good.
That's what we want to do. So we're growing, man. We partner up with these guys. We're possibly going to start licensing the brand for universities. We have one in FIU that's crushing it, looking at different universities, different campuses, and just, maybe Tampa, maybe Orlando, and start growing more in Florida. The jump to Houston is an incredibly difficult jump, by the way. It's like, I don't advise anybody to go to another state early on in this game.
Kind of starting from zero, no?
I'm there every week, basically. But I did it because my investors had other restaurants there, and it just made sense for us to sort of, have a vibe there. But, grow like a regular tree would grow, right? Just grow up and grow sideways and leverage your team. I think that's the best way to do it.
But how long has the Houston one been open for?
A year and a half. Like it's fairly new.
What's doing good?
Yeah, people love it, dude. It's like we have better scores there. We just made Houston's tops finally. You know, Houstonia magazine said one of the best burgers in Houston, made the list, which has been very good. But man, it's building the brand from the ground up.
Yeah.
Right? We have great reviews. I mean,
Grand opening was big.
Yeah. Grand opening was massive. But man, you got to be there. You got to be there every week because
you're using influencers over there, Houston influencers.
We've tried. We've started. We started. Houston is so big that you use an influencer, it's like a drop in the bucket.
Yeah,
it's not like Miami. Houston's like 1 hour. I have a store that's an hour and 20 minutes away from another store, and that's still Houston.
Wow.
I was there yesterday. Me and Adrian were on a call. I was on a call for an hour while Adrian's driving. He thought, we didn't get to the restaurant.
Damn, I've never been. I've only been to the airport, but I never really got
Houston's an amazing city. It's a great city. It's hot. That's shit.
But
it's big, bro. It's big. Houston, you got to get on the... Houston, when you look at the Google Maps, it says, restaurant is 8 minutes that way.
It's carretera.
It's 8 minutes of highway that way. So it's like, imagínate driving for 8 minutes with no lights. And you're like, dude, it's like fucking 10 miles.
Yeah.
And you're still not there.
That's how it is in California, too.
Yeah. And Broward County, you got to get on.
I was in Cali this last week.
Miami's a special place, bro. Like
everything is...
It's an hour, but it's 3 blocks away.
Exactly. But at least you feel like it's right there. It's right there. You don't feel like it's far.
What are your... like some of the trends you're liking now when it comes to fast casual food stuff that you see influencers, like what do you think, like content wise, you're liking more that you use? So what a lot of people you guys have been pretty good on social media
what a lot of people don't tell you is that if you're a business owner, independent, if you're a restaurant or not, you got to be a media company at this point. Bro, like the days of posting a picture and getting 1,000 likes are way gone, dude. You got to be good at creating content, bro. You got to hire an entire team. Like what you guys are doing, the game. It's not easy. You got to, there's top of funnel campaigns. It's brand awareness, telling the story, letting people know what we're all about, what we do, da-da-da. And then there's conversion campaigns. There's all this stuff that you have to do. So what I like, but it's incredibly time consuming, it's these docu-series that what people are doing, like brands that are using TikTok and Instagram to show behind the scenes, to show what we're doing, what we're up to. Like, I love that because if you think about it, man, I sit at home, I don't even turn on the TV anymore. Just fucking sit on the phone because there's so much content and that dopamine just hits. That now when you want to watch a movie, you're like, bro, me voy a meter aquí 2 hours to watch a movie. No, bro, I'd rather scroll for 1 hour. And then so when you're scrolling for 1 hour, the contents that are winning are the contents that are telling great stories. And then because it becomes like a mini TV show. That phone is TV for us now, which sucks. It's good and it sucks and it's destroying. That's a whole other conversation.
It's a balance. You got to leverage it,
especially local.
Yeah. So you gotta. I think those are some of the trends that I'm really digging. I'm just like you guys. We grew up in an era where drinking what was a big thing. We would go out and drink and party. Now it's all about wellness. So now you have to talk to a whole new consumer. The beer sales at Pincho are nothing, non-existent, bro, non-existent. We used to do like 10% of our sales. Now it's like less than 1% because people come in, they're not drinking anymore. So you look at some of the trends that are going with health. I'm getting into that a lot. So I want to push Pincho. The good thing about Pincho is that everything that we do is from scratch. It's really high quality food.
And so the bowls are delicious.
Yeah, we want to keep doubling down on that. We're talking about beef tallow, if we use it or not, seed oils, if we use it or not. So those are all good things for the community, whether you think they're fat or not. Like we're looking into a lot of the things that are hard. So those are trends that I'm really liking it. But fast casual, that line is disappearing. So fast casual used to be the brands that stood out from fast food and they were above fast food. But now fast food is trying to be fast casual. So now fast casual, there's an enormous amount of pressure for us to innovate. Like if you look at Pincho after the pandemic, 70% of our food's to go. Like you walk into a Pincho location, it might not have a full dining room, but the kitchen's cranking, right? And it's all to go because we are now Netflix and chill. Everybody's home. Everybody wants to chill at the house and get food to go. The only places that we're going to, at least me, and I don't want to speak for everybody, is full service restaurants. I still want to go to a Hillstone. I still want to go to pick a great restaurant in the Gables. Those are the restaurants that me and my wife will get up and go to. But I'm not taking my family to go eat at Chipotle anymore. Yeah. Although 10 years ago, we were like, oh, you want to just go to Chipotle and grab lunch real quick? We would do that.
Yeah.
But now you don't do that anymore. So the trends are shifting. The consumer behavior has changed.
And has your demographic changed or evolved over time, you think?
I mean,
it hasn't really been that long.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen we were millennials, so we've marketed to ourselves, which was very easy. Now it's getting exponentially harder because we have to market to a younger demo that we sort of don't speak to a lot. But the demo has been the strongest for Pincho is that 30 to 45. That's like the demographics at Pincho, like young families. Families are, and now we're starting to talk to that younger generation, and they love the brand. They love the food. They've never been introduced to Pincho because we're very heavy on Instagram. They're not. They're on TikTok. We suck at TikTok. We're like not on TikTok the right way yet. So we're trying to figure that out. Yeah.
Talking about takeout, how does Uber Eats or any other of those apps help you? What's your opinion on that?
I don't think they help us at all. But they are essentially my business partner. Uber Eats and DoorDash is 35% of our sales.
Wow.
You know, it's a big portion of our business. And some locations, I pay more to those guys than I pay rent. Really? You know, I have some locations I'm dropping 15, 16 grand a month just for Uber Eats and DoorDash, and my rent's 10 grand, you know? So it's insane, bro.
What do you think about those little robots that we see on the street delivering the food?
I hate them.
Have you?
I hate them.
But have you like inquired on them at all? I heard they're like 30 grand.
Use them in Brickle?
No, I mean, look, the thing is that Uber Eats started using them, I think.
Oh, so that's an Uber Eats order.
So like, there's some other brands started using them. So a little freaking robot just pulls up in front of your restaurant, and you have to figure out that you have to drop a bag inside of that.
No way.
I swear.
So it's just like they didn't know announcement.
Yeah, it's like, what is that thing doing there?
That's incredible.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's weird. You know, I was in the Gables. I went to Talavera. You know, shout out to Talavera guys here in the Gables. Fire food. And went with my kids, and there was a little freaking robot right there. And my kids are like chasing it around, and I'm like, "Yo, stop chasing the fucking thing! The guy's not gonna get his food on time."
I do it.
I'm like
too.
worried.
Your kids.
I'm worried about the customer. I'm like, this guy's not getting his food on time.
I don't think that system is scalable because there's no space. It would have to be too many of them, and it's really slow. The technology is not there yet.
I mean, look, we have this obsession as human beings to bypass labor and bypass humans. Dude, just fucking treat your people the right way, pay people the right wage, like human beings, man. Like let people, train them the right way, obviously. But like I think what we're trying to do is just say, we don't need drivers. Like, but dude, those people need a job. Those people need to do. I mean, granted, some of these drivers are just straight up assholes. You know, like there's some bad people out there, but the majority of people that want to work hard. So I think it's just use technology to further extend hospitality of your restaurant. That's my big belief. If I'm going to put a kiosk in my restaurant, it's not so I can replace my cashier. It's just so that way I have a kiosk. It's easier for you to place an order, but now my cashier, I'm going to bring him to the front so that way he can assist you. And I'm going to use that cashier to maybe touch tables more often and make sure that the hospitality of the restaurant goes up versus just replacing people for the sake of replacing people.
I went to a place in California, and it was a situation. They had a little kiosk, and they're waiting. Nobody comes to me. And they're like, it was a bowling alley that we were playing in, like an entertainment spot. And they're like, oh, just go sign your order over there. And I'm like, no, there's no signage. There's nothing. I was there for like 10 minutes, and I was a little heated talking about this. I remembered about that.
I think what a lot of people fail to recognize is that, man, companies are built on the shoulders of your team, of your employees, of other humans, bro. So pay them right, treat them with respect. One thing that we did early on when we had 2 stores, we're like, man, why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? It's like, the customer's always right. The customer's always right. And then we're like, no, man, let's treat our team. Let's put our team first. Put your employees first, because if they're not happy, how are they going to take care of the guests? Yeah. So you have to have like an incredibly happy team. And look, and we're not perfect, because it's hard. I have over 200 employees right now. It's like every day is tremendo arroz con mango. I get a phone call this store, a phone call that store. But the mission is always the same: is build a badass team that you treat with respect. You pay a decent living wage. My managers get bonuses. They get. Like we do so much for our team to make sure that they're taking care of the guests. And it's a hard game to play.
Yeah, it is.
The moment you start removing people because you want to save, but then you replace them with technology, I mean, it goes away from what you're supposed to be doing. You're a hospitality company.
You're going to lose them. Yeah. Talking about technology, you guys have been growing pretty quickly. What's Pincho like in 5 years? Where do you want to be?
I'm a big believer now that quality over quantity is everything. Everything is quality over quantity. So the good thing about partnering up with my investors is now that I'm not in the rush to open massive stores like before. So now we're just, as we grow, as it makes sense, as we build people from within to take over locations, that's what we're doing. But if I'm just having to say a goal, where can we be? I mean, I like to keep growing more in Florida. I want to get to maybe 25, 30 restaurants. One thing that we are doing that a lot of people don't know is that every one of my general managers now, not only we give them a bonus that's cash, but we also give them restricted stock in the company. So for every $1 that you get in Pincho, you get up to $1,000 a month. We give you up to $2,000 in stock within Pincho.
Oh, wow.
And so a manager that can be working with us for 5 years, you can accumulate $100,000. And then once we get to 30 stores and we raise the next round, then everybody cashes out. So that's what I'm doing, man. I'm making sure I'm aligning everybody and making sure that all my managers, if you're an assistant manager or a general manager, you're participating in what we call this loyalty bonus. While you stick with us, you work hard, and you do what you got to do. In 5 years, imagine being a 35-year-old guy or a girl, and then you receive a $100,000 check from us.
It's big time.
It can change your life.
Your house.
So, dude, it's all about that. So I want to keep growing and just making Miami proud and making sure that my mom's never upset at me because we're not butchering her recipe and we're honoring, our Hialeah roots.
Bro, true local story.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, man.
You think he's going to answer our question honestly?
I think he will.
Are we still doing that thing?
No. We're going to start go fresh, straight to it.
I need to know your top 3 restaurants that Otto likes to go to. And you got to start with number 3 first.
And
it cannot be any of your locations.
Yes.
Are we ranking them from the...
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
number 1 will be your last one. Number 3 first.
Oh, my God.
And it could be your go-to so people don't get upset with you.
Before we do, does anybody know how to silence these new iPhones?
No.
Like how
you're here, bro.
Well, can I say something before? We're celebrating 15 years of Pincho, bro. So it's a big deal. 15 years of Pincho. We have this block party December 7th. I don't know when this is going to air.
When is this? Let me see.
I don't know when
December 7th, no way.
Yeah, there's no way. All right, so
Tell us about 15 years.
That one clip. I can probably get that.
Tell us about.
You can just say it now when you.
Oh yeah, we'll say it here when we stand up.
Tell us about 15 years.
Yeah, so it's 15 years of Pincho. Is our quinceañera, as we say it, right? As we call it here. So we've decided, we've won all of these awards. We've been part of the community. We say this all the time that Pincho is not ours. Pincho is Miami's because Miami basically built Pincho. The love and the support that we got from people. Mm-hmm. So this year we decided to celebrate Miami instead of celebrating us. So we're celebrating 15 individuals that have been part of the culinary scene in the last 15 years and they've been part of our story. I love you. We had 30 people on the list, but we had to, it's 15 years. We couldn't do 30, and we brought it down to 15.
So out of those 15, you got to give me your top 3 guys who really pushed you over the edge.
Oh, my God.
Who really like game changers. I know you got 15, but give me 3.
Top 3. So for sure, Lee Schrager from South Beach Wine and Foods winning Burger Bash was iconic for us.
Yes. Shout out to Lee.
Yeah. Dave Gruntman's a dear friend of mine.
Dave.
He's giving me so much advice about...
That's big time.
He told me a story. He walked into Flagler once, I swear to God, and he loved everything. He goes, Otto, you want me to be honest? I'm like, what's up? He goes, there's 2 light bulbs on that Pincho sign that are off. And I'm like, oh, shit, because there's like a Pincho sign that has all these light bulbs. And he goes, let me tell you a story that one of my mentors taught me. He goes... We used to drive by this restaurant, and this guy's sign was off at night. And then my mentor told me, you see that restaurant? That restaurant's going to close down within 6 months. And Dave told his mentor, he goes, what do you mean? Why? He goes, if you're not paying attention to the details, you're not going to make it in this game. And he goes, 6 months later, they shut down. He goes, Otto, if you're walking into the restaurant and you're not calling out those light bulbs, it's a slippery slope. You got to be a maniac about the details. He goes, I walk into Komodo, I walk into anywhere, I'm looking at every single light bulb.
I've seen it.
And then it's like, ever since that day, bro, if I walk into a Pincho location, it's the details, it's the corners, is this. He's made me a better entrepreneur and better hospitality guy, and I've learned a lot from him from a branding and marketing standpoint. Yeah, for sure.
And then the last one, not the last one, but your top 3.
The top 3.
The third one.
The third, oh my God, of
that 15, of those 15.
Of those 15, I think somebody that I look up to, that I'm always in awe, but what they've been able to accomplish, although he's a competitor of mine, is Matt Cush from the local.
Wow,
Man,
Cushman.
you know, we've become friends, and I look at what he's done in his restaurants, and I always try to get ideas. He's very creative in his interiors.
Very.
And I'm like, fuck, bro, I wish I was more like him. And we became friends.
Brother,
over the
I went
years.
to a Hialeah spot.
Yeah.
And in the bathroom, he has like Fidel Castro's face, like in the toilet.
It's
and
like,
stuff.
dude,
It was
it's
amazing.
like
Shout out
he's-
to Cush.
Yeah,
He's
shout
gotta
out
come
to
on the
Cush.
pod.
Yeah, he's
Get
a
him
great
on the pod.
human, man. There's a really nice
Also
guy.
local legend too in the game.
Yeah, man. I look up to them. Yeah.
All
that's
right,
good.
all right.
Those are
Those are your
good.
top
Those are
three
good.
now.
Those are heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Now for your top 3 restaurants that you like to dine at, starting with number 3.
Number 3. I think it has to go Hillstone, man. Hillstone, the Gables is
What do you
up
like
there.
there? What do you like to eat at Hillstone?
Bro, you know, I actually had their burgers a few days ago, but
Solid.
I love the burger, man.
Which one, the chicken one or the regular?
No, the regular burger is a solid burger. I know it's weird, but like their freaking sushi's fire.
It is.
I
get the coconut
fucking
shrimp.
love going
Coconut
there
shrimp,
just to
coconut
have,
shrimp.
I have sushi at
You're
Hillstone.
so basic, Otto. You're so
Coconut
basic.
shrimp. I get the tartare. We go like once a week or
good,
so.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And-
You gotta always get a reservation.
Yeah.
Bro, they took me the other day to Doc B's. I had never been. Solid.
Doc B's is solid. You know, I think he's a former Hillstone guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Gotta be. All right,
Number two.
Number 2, bro, Tropical Chinese.
Oh, my
Oh,
dude.
listen,
Yeah, I never heard of
That's
that.
just.
I
What?
go there
I
every
haven't
week
been.
with my kids, bro.
You know how long I've been going there? Since I was 15.
Yeah, Tropical Chinese.
Wow.
What is it, buffet or something?
Tropical Chinese.
Bro,
What do you love there?
It's honestly,
You been?
it's one of the best Chinese spots in Miami. I mean,
Damn.
obviously,
The
there's
dim sum, Eddie.
incredible Chinese, you know, everywhere. But man, Tropical Chinese is an institution. They've been there for 40 years. 1984.
Yes.
It's my birthday, actually. It says it on the wall.
I don't know
So-
how to lower this. And they have a carrot martini. Nobody knows about it.
Damn, bro.
The Caratini, bro. You ordered it on.
Damn.
One of the strongest drinks in
Fire.
all of Miami.
Fire.
Damn,
All right.
that's a good-
Yeah. and
Number one.
Number 1 for Otto.
Number 1. Oh, man, I have so many. So,
Yeah.
but number 1 that we dine at all the time, Texas, Brazil. Texas, Brazil. I'm Brazilian. It's just
Ah.
You know, Dolphin Mall or
it's a
Dayland Mall?
family.
Is
I
it?
go to Dayland Mall.
Is it
I like
like-
Fogo. I like Fogo a lot.
You like
I
it over Fogo?
I'm actually really good friends with the CEO of Fogo.
I love
Barry. Shout out to Barry. He's an advisor for Pincho as well.
I need to talk to Barry.
But man, it's something, you know, my dad, you know, he passed. So it's just
It
a
brings
place
good
that
memories.
we go there every month. The people know us by name by now. We go there. But definitely Texas, Brazil is up
Just
there.
the meats and the way
Yeah.
they do things,
Yeah.
right?
So again, I'm not ranking them by the best.
No,
food
no,
in
no,
Miami.
that's what we
There's
wanted.
incredible
Yeah,
restaurants in
That's
Miami,
what we
but those are
wanted.
the ones that we go to.
Yeah.
It's part of our rotation, you know, as a family.
And if someone sees you there and goes up to you, hey, can I open a franchise with you? What are you saying?
You know, it's that's how. Yeah, I
What
can't
about,
tell you the story.
what about a Kiko Burgers in the future? Maybe for like a month?
Let's do it. Done. Lock
You heard
it
it
in.
here first.
Lock it in. Lock
Brother,
it in.
pleasure and
Appreciate you.
Pleasure.
You've been my boy forever, and I'm so happy when you're winning.
Yeah.
Look out for Pincho on a global scale, right?
Yes, sir. Local first and then
Local
global
first.
for sure.
Thank you, Otto.